Hey guys, this is Andy's Kitchen, and today we're going to make some homemade, from scratch macaroni and cheese. Now this is one of my favorite things to make. We've got all our ingredients here. It's very simple. First thing you want to do, you want to put this macaroni into the water and boil it. Now you don't want to cook it all the way. You want it to be nice and al dente so it can finish cooking in the oven. It's going to cook in the oven for about 20 minutes when it's all said and done, and that's going to finish it off. So that should take about 7 to 8 minutes right there. Now while you're doing that, you want to go ahead and start your cheese sauce. Step one, we want to go ahead and add this butter to the pan. Go ahead and get that melted down. Okay guys, now that our butter is nice and melted, we want to go ahead and add the quarter cup of flour we've got sitting on the side. Now you want to whisk this in. You don't have to get real crazy. You just want to make sure that butter is nice and coated all the way around. You don't want to see any white in your pan at all. Alright, now once that's going, you want to cook this on about medium-low heat, low to medium-low heat for about 2 to 3 minutes, just to kind of try and brown it up just a hair. Stirring occasionally. Alright, now that our flour and our butter is cooked up nice, we're going to want to go ahead and add all of our milk in there. Alright, now we want to continue to cook this on medium-low heat, but periodically we want to get in here and whisk this up real good. Now as this warms up, that butter and flour is going to be a little bit easier to incorporate into the milk, but we want to whisk this very good to get out any kind of clumps or anything like that. And that gives you a very smooth consistency. And this is probably going to take about 10 or 15 minutes to cook and kind of thicken up. And you'll know when you start stirring this, it'll start to thicken up and get not too thick, but pretty thick. And you know that's the time when you want to go ahead and pull it off. Alright guys, so our pasta is done. I just tasted it. It's ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and strain this pasta. Now you want to make sure that when you strain it, you rinse it under cold water. And make sure it's not hot at all anymore. It's not even warm. This is going to stop the cooking process. And you want to stop it completely. Okay guys, now that our sauce is starting to thicken up a little bit, we want to go ahead and add all of our dry ingredients or spices in here. Get them all in there. And go ahead and get that whisked in real nice. And once you get all that in there, you want to cook it for about an additional 2 minutes or so. The sauce isn't quite perfect yet, but in 2 minutes it will be. Okay guys, our sauce is looking nice and thick at this point. So we want to go ahead and take this off the heat and pour it straight onto the cheese. Alright. Now remember, you never want to add cheese into the hot pot. Cheese is not meant to cook, it's meant to melt. So go ahead and get it off the heat completely. And let's whisk all this goodness together. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. Oh yeah. And see, we've got 3 different kinds of cheeses in here, and each cheese does a different thing for the dish. I like to put mozzarella, Parmesan, and some kind of either pepper jack or a habanero style cheese. And you can see the mozzarella is the melty, creamy, gooey portion. The Parmesan's not doing that. But too much mozzarella and it all is sticky and just holds together. So once you got that all mixed up, and you get your pasta here on the side, you want to just pour all that in there. Just pour it in, and let's go ahead and give that a stir as well. Okay guys, so once you got everything mixed up and in your bowl, you can do a couple things. You can either put it in small ramekins kind of like this and do individual servings, or you can go ahead and put it in a big pan and just go ahead and cook it all together. Now I'm going to go ahead and do it in these individual servings, and all you do is just put it in there. Get it nice and not completely full, but pretty close. And you want to go ahead and take some cheese, some of the leftover cheese, and I'm going to go ahead and use some hot habanero because I like things spicy, and just put a little layer on there. not too much, but you know, a little on the top just to give it a nice crust on there. And just to give it a little bit of texture, we want to top it with some Italian breadcrumbs. Oh yeah. And once you got that ready, you want to pop it in the oven at about 425 for about 20 to 25 minutes until the top gets nice and golden brown. Now if you want to change it up a little bit and you want a little different flavor profile, which I know I do, you want to go ahead and let's say we want to put a little bit of this in there and add a little chili. Now I do have some leftover chili here. This is one of my favorite things to keep in the refrigerator. I always have chili on hand. You can make, you know, chili con queso and dip your chips in, or a chili mac and cheese. I mean, the combinations are endless. You want to take a nice big spoonful of that chili and just put it right down in the middle there. Just, you don't want to break it up. You don't want to mix it around. Just put a big dollop right in the middle and go ahead and cover it with some more of this macaroni and do the same thing. Put a little cheese and a little breadcrumbs on it, throw it in the oven, and presto, you've got chili mac and cheese. Okay guys, so our mac and cheese has been baking for about 25 minutes now, and it's looking good. So we're gonna go ahead and take it out and let it rest for a minute. There's our basic mac and cheese. And there's our chili mac and cheese. And there you have it. Homemade, from scratch macaroni and cheese.